I got my bed today, and this is a 5-inch foam mattress. And I knew it was gonna be a little bit big, and as you can see it is. And as you can see, I've already started to cut this just a little bit. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get that fitted. So I was trying to figure out a way to have kind of a blackout area in the back like I had in my other van. And I used this, which is actually a shower rod, and I put it in between the two bars there. And while it fits, the problem is that it's about halfway over the window, and I would still have to cover up the window just to kind of block out this back part. I was wanting something further back over here instead of so far forward. So then I was kind of looking around and I noticed this piece right here. And so I went ahead and just unscrewed it. And then there are the pre-existing screws that are there. And what I went ahead and did is took let me show you one of these, is one of these little hooks here that have screws on the bottom of it, and went ahead and put 2 of them up here, and I'm gonna do the rest for the other holes. And this is just really, really nice as those holes already exist. And yeah, they're just gonna be perfect for where I want this, as this is just kind of right over the seats. I made one whole video before I left of what the van looks like, and then once you kind of live in it for a week or 2 weeks, which I'm at the 2-week mark right now, things kind of get moved around and it looks a little bit different. So I kind of wanted to just take you on a tour of what it looks like now, the real version. So starting at the front of the van here, something I wanted to show you real quick is this is my battery. I had that in my last van and it was good enough. It's more or less made for charging cell phones and things that are on the USB side of things. Actually trying to charge my computer, it just really drains that battery so quick, even this thing is massive. Another thing I wanted to show real quick is that if you see over here, I only have access to one cigarette lighter or 12-volt access, but I need to charge that as well as my fridge here. And so I was actually able to find a splitter at Best Buy. And as you see, that's actually my phone cord. This is the fridge, and then not plugged in right now is my battery here. So that has worked out really, really well that I was able to get this splitter and be able to charge as much as I needed for this area. Moving on, this little white wire rim thing right here was actually inside of here, and it just kind of holds everything together, but it was just taking up a little bit more space. I didn't know what to do with it, and so I went ahead and actually, this is where my water is, and so it just kind of keeps that from rolling around. This right here, as you can see, it is my toilet, and I did not have anything last year. I was always at the mercy of a Home Depot or Lowe's being open early, and I just wanted to kind of do things differently this time. So what I did was, this is just a bucket with a trash bag inside of it, and then this, and then I've been using these cedar shavings, and it's just really quick and easy to use. There's no smell with it, so nobody really wants to talk about toilet stuff on the road. This is just a reality of life, and it has been so nice having this, and that I don't always have to rely on finding a toilet somewhere. Then this bucket right here is for washing dishes, washing my face, and so that's come in very, very handy. This is my water right here. This is 5 gallons. And so with it being so heavy, what I do is I will fill that up into this other one and then use this on a daily basis. And then this right here, this whole thing is kitchen. Down here, I have my propane stove. I have cooking supplies and things over here, and then a few odds and ends you see at the top. Over here is a gym bag, and I kind of use that for daily needs, such as my brush, or I have a little mirror, shampoo and conditioner, towel, things like that. So that's there, a few books. And then coming over here is, let me actually pull these out so I can show you what these look like. So this is, obviously you can see kind of kitchen food. This back here is more of some of my tools and things that I might need on the road. And then over here is more or less my closet for this season, meaning that winter clothes is actually back there, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, this is shorts, pants, shoes. I have some more books and some cords, t-shirts, shirts, workout clothes, socks, and things like that in here. So that's kind of what these two wound up becoming. Then over here is my laundry, and that winds up just sitting there since it doesn't weigh anything, it doesn't roll around or anything. Coming around from this area right here, I kind of wanted to show you some other things. So with the door closing right here, both of my shoes fit perfectly there. So instead of trying to just have them sit somewhere else, they actually fit perfect right here. So I actually love that. And then this has become a really funny thing. This is typically a cup holder, and I took it out, and this is my soap, and you can see it's kind of a longer one, but it fits in there perfectly. So that kind of is nice that, again, something else isn't rolling around and has another use there. Coming back inside the van, I wanted to show what my mom and I figured out for trying to put up the blackout curtains, as that wound up being a little bit of a challenge. But basically this one and these two over here, they stay closed all the time, just because when I'm driving, especially this is right behind the driver's seat, this is not a view that I ever use regardless. So it's just easier to go ahead and keep those closed. But I do open, obviously, these two back ones and then the side ones over here, just because this is a view that I do need. So basically what we did, you can see here a little bit on the sides there, that black almost tape, that is Velcro. And so what we did is we put that on the sides and at the top, and then that little string you see hanging down in the middle is just black shoestring. And so that's actually wound up working really well. It's just that I tie it up each day, and then each night when I go to sleep or when I want privacy, is I just untie it and it just folds on down. So that has worked out really well, and I'm very happy with how that turned out. And lastly, this rope that you see right here, I actually attached to the actual piece of wood. And the reason that I did that is because in the back, there are hinges that have access back there just for if it was raining or I didn't want to get out and open those doors back there. So let me open this and I'll kind of give you a look of what's inside there. This is what everything looks like with this open. I have a sleeping bag over there, some winter sheets, some odds and ends, some winter clothes over there. One more thing, this is actually back where my pillows typically are. And this thing right here, at first I didn't have any use for, and I'll show you the other side as well. But basically I wound up being able to put these little packing cubes in there. And so I put just easily accessible winter stuff. The weather's kind of been fluctuating a little bit. So if I want to just have one long sleeve shirt, then I have access to it instead of trying to go under the bed and access everything there. And so that's kind of what that turned out to be. And then over here is, I think, like swimsuit, a towel, and some other stuff over here. So that has been nice just to have these right here and easily accessible. Okay, so that's it. So now you've seen the finalized van build. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting this all together and having some creative input from my mom, Luis and Marcia, and just trying to figure all this out in the little bit of time that I had. And now that I'm staying in here, I've been very, very happy with it, and the space is so much better. Parking is a lot more tricky, I will say, just because it's a longer and a little bit wider van, but I'm still so happy with this. And so next is on to my travels, and you will get to see those next.